Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lunch Crunch. I am Jake at the Wizard with your weekly marketing information, tips, tricks, and Q&A. I'm so glad that you've tuned in this week. This is going to be an awesome conversation today. I've got something really cool I want to share with you, how to develop web pages. But if this is your first time, this is the Lunch Crunch. We meet every single Friday at noon Central Time, right here on your favorite streaming platform. We are currently live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So if you're tuning in from one of those places, wave, say hi. Great to have you here today. What do we do on this program? Well, we like to talk about marketing, whether that's digital, traditional, whatever that might be. We talk about marketing in all its aspects and try and help you get a better grasp of your marketing, answer some of the marketing questions that you might have, and help you grow your business. All right. So who am I? I'm Jake. I am owner and director at The Wizard Marketing. We're an agency helping small and medium businesses get going on the internet. So if you want to grow your business on the internet, give me a call and we'd love to connect. If you're not following us, definitely hit the follow or the like button on your favorite platform and catch our updates every single week. We're here to answer your questions. If you have a question, pop it in the chat. We'll go ahead and get to those in the order that they're entered. But I want to dive right into the meat today and start talking about website page intent. So what is website page intent? Well, website page intent is a concept that every single page on the internet falls into one of four purposes or goals for that page. And we're going to break down all four of them today for you. But when you're developing a page, we need to understand, and this is why this is important, we need to understand what is the intent of the person searching using that keyword, and is the page that I'm presenting them actually fulfilling the intent of the search. All right, so I'll try and say that another way. If I'm searching for X and the page that I get to is not giving me X, that was the wrong web page intent. The search wasn't bad. It's the page itself and the intent of the page was not designed in a way that delivers correctly to the searcher's intent. So that's what we need to think about when we're making web pages is, are we developing pages to the expected intent of the search? All right. So without going too much more into that psychology, let's talk about what the four intent types are for a web page. The first page, and probably the least common, is the navigational page. So the navigational page, it specifically exists to get the searcher to other content. Perfect example of this. If a website has a services landing page where they list out all of their services, that's navigational. Okay. If you want to see a page where we have all of our store listings, that's navigational. All right. Anything that's just helping you get to something else, that page's intent is navigational. So we need to think about that when we're developing the page based off of the search. So we're going to use landscapers as our example today. So if someone searches landscaping services, we want them to get to a page that lists out different landscaping services. So that's a great navigational search to a navigational page to get them to more information. Okay? The second type of page that we could potentially need an intent for is a commercial page. Okay, so this is an informational page where the consumer or the searcher is trying to learn about a brand or a service, right? This isn't educational per se. It's specific to the website or to the brand or to the service that they're searching for. So an example of this in the landscape industry might be landscape companies. Okay. They know they want a landscape company. They want to see a list of the landscape companies. When they click on it, they want to go to a page that tells them about that landscape company. All right. That is a commercial intent for a web page. So it's specific to the service or the brand that I'm looking at. Okay. The third intent is an informational page. Okay. This is an answer to a specific question, right? So we kind of just tapped on that a little bit with commercial, and there is a little bit of gray area overlap for these. But when it comes to this search type in particular, they're looking for the answer to a specific question. So the search might be, how much does lawn mowing services cost in my area? All right, that is a specific question. They want to get to a page with a specific answer for that question. The last type, and this is honestly the most critical type to get right, is the transactional intent. The transactional intent is when the user is looking for the opportunity to purchase or engage with something. I'll say that again. The transactional intent is when they want to convert. They want to convert in your funnel ecosystem, whatever that might be. Okay? So those pages are the ones that are going to bring you revenue. So the other three types of pages, the navigational, the commercial, and the informational, are all trust building pages, right? I got you to what the information you needed. I am the information that you want, and I have the answer to your question. Once you've done all three of those, then we get to that transactional page. So a transactional search might be hire a landscaper, right? So we're using landscape as a example here. Hire a landscaper. That person is ready to commit to a landscaper. And so when they get to that page, we need to make sure that that page is transactional in nature. It gives them the simplest, easiest way to complete the goal of their search intent. All right. So let's go back through those. The search intent is navigational. We need to make sure that the easiest thing to do on the page when they get there is navigation. Okay? Super simple. If the intent of their search is commercial, we need to give them information about the business, brand, or service as simply and quickly and effectively as possible. If the search intent is informational and they want a question answered, we need to answer that question as quickly and easily and simply as possible on that page. And if it's transactional, we need to give them the tool set that is easy and simple to convert that sale or engagement. This is a very not talked about portion of web design theory. The reason that it's not talked about is because it combines multiple aspects of digital marketing. It's combining search engine optimization, keyword research, web design, so that means user experience and user interface, as well as copywriting, right? So we're combining all of those aspects into this effective program. But what this does and the way that this manifests is low time on page, high or low exit rate, which means that they either go to another page or they engage with the page, right? We want to get them processed through the website as quickly as possible because as humans, we are skittish animals. We want to jump from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing as fast as humanly possible. And if we can serve up that experience for the visitor to the website as easily as we can in a way that makes it almost stupid not to consume it, that's our goal. So, in recap, the 4 search intent types are navigational, commercial, informational, and transactional. And each of those four is navigational. The purpose of the search intent is to find other information. Commercial. The purpose of the search is to find out more about the business, brand, or service. Informational. The purpose of the search is to find the answer to a specific question. And transactional. The purpose of the search is to close the deal on some kind of engagement, whether it's paid or not, to close the deal on some kind of engagement. We need to be thinking about these things when we're building our websites. Now, maybe, total transparency, it might not be important in the initial build step. Your website might need to just be up. 50% of businesses do not have a website. I know that number seems astronomical, but it is true. 50% of businesses do not have a website. So by having a website, you're beating 50% of your competition right out of the gate. You need to have a website. You need to have a place online that people can go to and engage with your business. Once you have that, then we can improve it. Then we can adapt it. Then we can make it better. We got to get that up first. So that is web intent design, web search intent design. So think about that next time you're working through a page or scrolling through a website, and try and pin the page. What is the purpose of this page? Is it navigational? Is it transactional? And just, do a little thought experiment and see how the pages line up for you. All right. Well, I'm not seeing any questions in the chat yet. So if you do have one, pop it in there. I'd love to answer your marketing questions. Kind of throw in one other thing that I've been thinking about recently with regards to Facebook advertising. Let's talk about Facebook advertising. If you don't know about Facebook advertising, it is one of the most powerful tools available to businesses right now. The amount of data that they have that they can use is frankly disgusting, and they're willing to sell it to these advertisers, to me, for use, to put ads in front of you. And there's a couple different ways you can go about doing this. One of the most effective ways is by installing a Facebook pixel on your website. It's a secret little piece of code that if someone visits your website and they're logged into Facebook, it tracks them. And then we can use that data to not only target those people with ads, but people like those people, right? So it's like a cyclical advertising funnel where we can nurture more people, and then they go back in and they convert, and then it's a whole thing. So, but can we target a list? And the answer is yes. If you have a buyer's list, or you have some kind of target list that you want to hit, and you don't really know how to get in front of them in a really direct and simple way with a low cost, right? Because cold callers are expensive. Sitting down and sending emails, it costs you time. It costs you the money of that time, right? So you have to get in front of them somehow. If there was a way that you could get in front of them and self-vet those opportunities, that would be great. So Facebook advertising gives us a great way in, because they have a service where you can upload your own list and it will match it to all of Facebook's data. It will use Facebook's data monster, which you can't see it directly, but you can kind of get to it through methodologies like this, and it will hit those people in that list. Then on top of that, it will, again, make a lookalike list from your list and allow you to access people that aren't even on your list for your advertising. So if you have a cold list and you don't know what you want to do with it, because you can't cold bulk email and you can't cold bulk text, you need to get in front of them. You need to opt them into an ecosystem. That's a great way. It's low cost. It's high efficiency. You can really get some great results from running Facebook ads with a cold list and some simple advertising targeting. So just another thing I want to share. We don't talk about ads that much because they're dirty, but they have a lot of potential for your business. And there's millions and billions of dollars being spent on advertising every day because it works. And some of the best things I've ever bought, I bought because of an ad. So take that for what it's worth. All right. Well, unfortunately, it looks like we don't have too many questions this week. That's all right. We like to tune in and be here and be available for you and your questions each and every week, every single Friday at noon Central Time. Don't forget to follow us. Hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube. Just in general, follow us wherever you like to follow things. And we'll be here every single Friday answering your marketing questions. All right. That's it. I hope that our intent training, our web intent training is helpful. Apply it. Try applying it. Try making it useful for you, for your business. Find creative ways to improve the experience of your website. And that's really what we're doing with that. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. And we'll see you again next week on Marketing Lunch Crunch. Have a good one.